Hello everyone and welcome back to the Profit Manage channel. So I'm gonna get straight into the charts, guys, but before I do, make sure to leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe. So there's a little bit of volatility at the time I'm recording this, so I'm gonna get this update as soon as possible to you guys. So if you guys watched the previous videos, make sure you go and subscribe, guys. There's a lot of content that I'm releasing regularly that you don't want to miss. So if you like this type of content, make sure to go and check it out later after watching this video. So I gave you guys levels for this particular week in this previous video, which if you guys have marked them on your charts and set alerts, you guys will have known what you should have been doing. So one thing that I was saying, right, is watch out for this trend line right here at 8.06 and 5, because if we did see a candle closure above it, that would have been very simple to follow short setup for the crypto market. So as I warned about this, and I said, look, if you break above it, then you gotta look for these levels right here between 8.32% and 8.72%. So this region is going to be your area of resistance. This is kind of where you want to see Bitcoin also finding support at around 64.2 and 61.6. Okay, this is kind of the area that we use to find support last time. So if the market has actually bottomed, this is the area that needs to hold up. Of course, if we fail to hold this area, then there is a chance that we can go a little bit lower. So I'm still sitting in my long. This is a swing long, okay? Um, so if it fails, I'm just gonna be longing one more time these regions. Because I do believe that inevitably, very, very soon, we are going to be shifting bullish and we are going to be seeing a significant move to the upside. I'm not calling for new all-time highs, not on Bitcoin. But yeah, for now, pay attention to this particular area because this is where you want to find resistance on the USD dominance chart. Now, if you fail to find resistance here and you see a candle closure happening above this area upon a retest, okay, you kind of want to see something like this. So upon a retest, you could expect to see a new all-time high on the USD dominance chart, okay? But this is important. This is what validates it, the retest. Without that, unless you go straight up to this next target that I have, which if you guys don't know how I got that particular level, I'm gonna show you guys. But it's basically a bearish trendline channel. What is a bearish trendline channel, you may ask? You can actually learn about the way that I personally trade under mentorship 2025. And if you guys want to learn more about it, then you can go and check out the Discord right here. If you guys want to see my portfolio, my coins, how much I've invested in each coin, my entry prices, and you want to get all of my trades and exit signals, then check out the link down below. You can subscribe to our premium group. This is going to be the best deal that you can get right now. The prices will go up very soon. We want to lock in as many people as possible before the old season starts, because once the old season starts, guys, it will be too late and it will be time to sell, not to buy. So make sure to join Profit Manage as soon as possible. Get in, secure your spot, and make this your life changing cycle. With that being said, okay, so this will be how you will place this first running channel. Watch out, because if we get there, okay, we will be pretty much at capitulation. Sentiment will be extremely bad, but this will be the last level that I foresee at this moment in time as a potential resistance. And once we get there, I think that the reversal back down on the USD dominance chart, aka the uptrend in the crypto market, can actually then begin. So regardless of what happens right here, to me, from an investment point of view, I don't think it really matters. I think this is all noise, and this is to be used, in my opinion, not financial advice. Uh, I personally use it as an opportunity to buy more. Okay, this is an opportunity to me, so I'm gonna treat it as such. That's how I will handle this particular situation. I think that we are gonna be seeing great years, great things this year. So that's kind of how I'm navigating the market at this moment in time. This is a total 3 minus Solana and BNB. So we previously found support upon the third touch of this particular trend. And now we kind of want to go back and retest it. That will be at $562 billion approximately, give or take. Okay, 560 this particular week. Now, if you lose that, we have a lot of support in this region, to be honest. Okay, uh, we will have support currently at $527 billion. We have a bullish trend and channel coming right here. Okay, now if we squeeze lower, although I think that that is something that may actually come a little bit later down the line, but even if we were to do it right now, guys, don't get it twisted. It is still extremely bullish, regardless of how then it happens. Okay, whether we go down into this ideal area that I have at around $380 billion, because this is your current level of support for this particular cycle. This is your baseline support, but this is more of an extreme case situation, with which at this moment I am not monitoring. So the whole point here is this, okay? To me, it doesn't really matter when we go down into this region, whether it happens now or a little bit later. I think that that is not as important as you may think that it is. Okay, I think that regardless of whether we do it now or not, that will be setting the bottom for the market at this moment in time. Okay, so let's move on to the total two on the emotionless layout, which is one of my layouts. I have quite a few if you're new around here. So we got rejected from my level. This is kind of where we got resistance right now. Support happens to be at 907, which, as you guys can see, if that support were to hold, that would also kind of tell me that it's likely that Bitcoin would actually hold between 64 and 61.6, give or take. Okay, and that would imply that we won't necessarily see another new low at this moment in time. So just be careful, because I'm seeing a lot of people being way too bearish right now. I think at this moment that, yes, while of course another push to the downside is definitely plausible, um, I think that the market could also potentially reverse significantly back up to the upside, liquidate a lot of shorters that have been building within this area. And we know that there's quite a few of those. I'm not sure if I have an indicator for it right now that will display the liquidity. But yeah, we got something as of last week's candle. On the daily, quite a bit of liquidity. Sure, there is more to the downside, but overall, I don't think that right now we are in a bear market. We are in a downtrend, sure, but I don't think that we are in a bear market at this moment. So the whole point here is that there is liquidity that needs to recover more than there is to the downside within this current region. And I've actually displayed that in my premium live stream yesterday. So uh, besides any trickery that we may see in the short term, I think that we are much closer to a bottom than most people realize. But we will let time speak for itself. Moving on, we got my contrarian layout. Okay, total one. I'm gonna show you guys this version of the total one chart. We found resistance at 2.35 trillion. That was the level that I was warning you guys about in my previous video. I'm not gonna repeat it. But right now we have support at 2.13 trillion. Okay, and that will still not be taking out the low as long as we actually maintain at this level. We could have a wick fishing. That's not the point. The point here is that the support currently points to, as of this week, that we should actually hold above this level right here. Now, if we lose 2.13 trillion, we will actually trickle down to 1.47 trillion dollars, which was actually still part of the plan. As you guys can see from my projection, I'm expecting, and I'm still expecting to see this, even though it doesn't really matter to me at this moment whether it does it now or not. I'm expecting to see a bottom around this region, and from there a push to the upside. That's kind of where optimism will come back before we actually see the capitulation on this trend right here, which is the trend line from COVID, which, as you guys can see, every single time that we hit this particular trend line, the C19 trend line has actually created some significant uptrends as of right now. So I think that they will do it for the third time as well. And the third time is about to be now. So I am expecting to see this trend line being hit. I just don't know if it's going to do it right now. And my plan, my idea says that that is going to come a little bit later down the line. A lot of people expect it to happen right now. While that is definitely a possibility, it is not necessarily one that I am entertaining at this moment in time. That's kind of how I'm navigating the market at this moment, but I'm just here to show you guys levels, okay? So your total chart, we also got rejected here at 971 billion. The first level support is at 875 billion. Okay, if we lose that, that will create a new low, and that's at 804 billion dollars. But the first level support is above the wick that we have created during the last correction. So there's a good chance that we could still hold total three. So this is one of the more quote unquote concerning charts when it comes to short-term downside, because we did get rejected from $741 billion. So the first level support is the C19 trend line. As you guys can see, a lot of these charts are actually pointing to this specific trend line. So I think that it's very important to understand the impact of us getting down to that area. What people will say, oh, we're doomed, capitulation and whatnot. What I see is that we are in entering across all these different charts a lot of support. So to me, it doesn't matter if we stop right here and we start to go up or we go down. I've already taken action based on what I've seen so far in the chart. And if I'm able to see those cheaper prices, I will for sure have to take action there as well. So this one is currently pointing down to 700 and I'm sorry, I said 700. That's 505 approximately, okay? 504 or so. Okay, that's kind of your level of support. That is a very important trend line, guys. If you see this happening, I personally consider it as an opportunity that we will not see for quite a bit afterwards. Okay, that's kind of how I would put it. But then again, you're free to make your own decision. I'm just saying about what I personally see. Now the other chart. Now this is actually one of the charts that, to me personally, holds a lot better and is actually a lot closer to this particular trend line. And this is why I think that there's going to be major outperformance by the altcoins going forward. I think that the cycle will actually significantly favor altcoins, and that is because we are already so near to this particular trend line, and that's also telling me that the downside of these coins have is much more capped than what something like Bitcoin may experience. Of course, this is not a statement that is valid for every single altcoin out there. The ones that are, in my opinion, more prone to more downside are the coins like XRP, for example. This type of coins, like even Solana, but Solana's actually gone down quite a bit already, but there's still room for more downside. You know, these coins that have already pumped in this particular cycle have more liquidity and more to lose than coins that haven't really performed at all at this present moment in time in this cycle. So I still consider all of this, right, as capital rotation. As you guys can see, even here, part of my projection was to see us going down into this trend line. So again, I don't want to repeat myself too much, but it doesn't matter if we do it now or not to me. This is a checkpoint that I want us to hit. And once we hit it, I think that the bottom is in and we're golden. And from there onwards, we can actually proceed and go significantly higher than most people are willing to imagine at this moment in time, given all the fear. Now with Bitcoin, I'm going to show you guys another chart for Bitcoin. But right now, there's some decent alignments here. Ever since we rejected off this trend line at 77.6, there is a lot of alignments here pointing towards 54.5, but let me actually make sure that this is updated as of this current week. And well, yeah, it was 54.4. That's kind of the area that you want to pay attention to for potential support. Internal levels, guys, are of course 64.2 and 61.6 for support. From there onwards, if we manage to get a bounce, guys, I'm still looking for $73,000 to $74,000 as the very first checkpoint. This other chart does point to around 77.6. That is definitely something that is plausible, but at the end of the day, going back to the 70s seems to be the path of less resistance once we actually change the trend. Okay, so if we do find support around 64.61, 64 to 61, sorry, then the first level of resistance happens to be at 73.7 to 74.4. Okay, that's kind of your first level of resistance right there. If you break that, we're looking at $80,000.5, and then afterwards maybe 82, 83 or so. Okay, that's kind of how I am seeing things at this moment in time. Moving on to Solana. So Solana, I gave this projection months and months ago. If you watch the previous videos, you guys know it. If you guys are new here, I've actually gave this projection all the way back in 2025, around May of 2025. That's kind of where I placed the projection, and I was telling Premium that I wanted to see this push to the upside, okay, before a significant correction back down occurred. And once the correction, which we have gotten, occurred, I wanted to see a bottom within this region in which we have bottomed. And I also posted it on Involio. I made a post a while back, um, that I was calling for a bottom between $78 to $59 for this particular move, and that's pretty much within the region in which we have bottomed. So right now, guys, we are back inside of this parallel channel, and yes, we're going down, but at the same time, I think that we may just reach this $78, which is a level that I am interested in relonging. With a stop loss around 67. Of course, I want to see some more alignments before I decide to long this, but this is kind of the trade idea based on what I currently see. So my idea here, if it occurs and if we don't go down to the C19 trend lines across the board, because if we do, then of course, yeah, we're probably going to be looking around $58, if not even lower for Solana, and it will probably be added into my area of expected accumulation and preparation for its next cycle, between 58 to $19. Okay, but as long as we maintain right above $78, guys, I think that we will see a decent push to the upside, to around $123, and from there, give or take an extra dollar or two, I'm expecting to see that reversal that takes it back down to $58. But if it does it before, guys, that to me is a signal that the bottom is completely in, at least based on what I think the market is going to be doing. So next up, I'm going to show you guys the Bitcoin dominance. Again, it's losing steam. I think that, yes, because the market is going down and this is going down, it's not really beneficial for the altcoins, but it's also very telling chart because it shows us why altcoins, regardless of Bitcoin going down, they are actually showing a little bit more, they're a little bit more resilient, so to speak. Not all of them, like I said before, but overall, it's not going up, right? And with the Bitcoin dominance not going up, these altcoins are not getting decimated anymore as they used to before. So for me, this is still a good sign. I still want to see a minor push to the upside, or at least go into this trend line one more time. But even if it doesn't, once the trend does change for Bitcoin and we start to have found the bottom and we start to see an uptrend, I think that that's where you will see altcoins outperforming. So I think that we're near that point. I'm gonna show you guys Ethereum because Ethereum is still within my bullish breaker area. Yes, it's going down. I'm in a long, currently in a small drawdown, but at the same time, we're still holding this breaker. And if we were to go lower, guys, to around the $1,600, we will be hitting that trend line from C19. So, do you think it's a coincidence, guys, that all these charts are lining up to this particular trend line? Comment down below, because a lot of people are calling for black swans and black whatever, right? The reality is that we have already started the downtrend months ago, right? So I think that maybe you will get some sort of narrative. I know that there is some stuff that I'm not going to be able to mention in this video, but if you guys have been keeping up with the news and what the US wants to do, you guys know what I'm talking about. But it's coming at a moment, right, in the chart where we are so near, right, to the potential bottom, that it's way different than something like this, because we are already underway. Sorry, I was tripping over words there. So there isn't really that much more that we have to go down, and I think that people are just not gonna be taking any action as we get down into these levels. So I'm planning to. So final chart for today, guys. The total 3 minus Solana, BNB, XRP, USDT, and USDC. So in the previous videos, I showed you guys also how I created this particular chart, and you guys can see the video hidden crypto charts number 1, deciphering total 3's path towards season 2025-2026. And it's this chart right here. You guys can go and watch this video, see if I've changed anything about my projection and what changed, if anything. And here, guys, I wanted to see, as I said in the previous videos, I wanted to see a return back down to around ideally 191 and 992, because that's the level that to me gives the most confidence. And I have a lot of levels, right, within this region that will confirm support, and there's a lot of point of interest that I think that the market may want to revisit. But once we do that, guys, I think that we are going to see a great shift, to be completely honest, to you, for the altcoins. And I think that we will see something that most people will not be ready to capitalize on by before it's too late, because the time to take action, guys, I think that it's down here. Once people start to realize what is going on, I think that it will be way too late. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video, guys. If you have, please make sure to leave a like, comment down below if you enjoyed this type of video. Give me, guys, some video ideas that you may have. That would be greatly appreciated, and make sure to subscribe to not miss out on any content like this. With that being said, guys, I'll see you guys later.